In the world of basketball, where raw talent meets pressure every night, few stories shine as brightly, as earnestly, as that of Paige Bueckers. She is not just another basketball player. She is a narrative of persistence, talent, recovery, and breaking barriers. Her journey from a prodigious high school star to the WNBA Rookie of the Year in 2025 is one of the most compelling tales in recent sports history. Tonight, we dive into the story of Paige Bueckers, how she got here, what she's achieved, the obstacles she overcame, and why so many are captivated by her rise. From the beginning, Paige's story was marked by promise. Growing up in Hopkins, Minnesota, Paige displayed a basketball IQ beyond her years. By the time she was in high school, she wasn't just winning games. She was accumulating awards. She was Gatorade Player of the Year, Naismith Prep Player of the Year, Morgan Wooten Player of the Year. She was not merely collecting hardware, she was starting to build expectations. For young athletes, particularly in women's basketball, that early shine can be both a blessing and a burden. The spotlight fixes itself, and with it, comparisons pile up. But Paige, it seemed, had something more than just raw skill, a resilience, a mindset focused on growth. When she committed to the University of Connecticut, UCNN, a program synonymous with excellence in women's college basketball, she didn't simply join. She carried both legacy and pressure. UConn has produced legends: Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi, Maya Moore, Brianna Stewart. For Paige to be compared to those names was inevitable, but expectations didn't deter her. They motivated her. She worked on her game constantly: her footwork, her court vision, her ability to read defenses, her handle of pressure. Yet even as she improved, adversity found its way in. She suffered injuries, including an ACL tear, which sidelined her and forced her to reimagine parts of her game. Injuries can crush careers, or they can refine them. Paige turned them into refining moments. She rehabbed, she watched film, she kept her mind in the game even when her body lagged behind. And when she returned, she came back playing with both humility and fire. In her final season at UConn, 2024-25, she averaged nearly 20 points per game, effectively carrying her team in many high-stake moments. She helped lead the Huskies to the national championship, finally capturing the title that her program had long sought. She earned unanimous first-team All-American honors, won the prestigious Wade Trophy, and showed that she could deliver when it mattered most. The college chapter closed not with open question marks, but with resounding affirmation. Paige Bueckers was ready for the next level. Enter the 2025 WNBA Draft. Dallas Wings selected her with the number 1 overall pick. It was a moment both expected and electric. To some, it was the natural next step. To others, the curiosity. How would she transition from starring in college to shaping professional games? No longer the best player in a roster filled with young collegians, but one of many competing against the very top in women's basketball. The question wasn't just whether she could score, but whether she could lead, whether she could shoulder the grind of pro schedules, defensive physicality, media attention. Paige embraced all of it. Her rookie season for the Dallas Wings will be remembered not just for statistics, but for moments. Moments where she showed flashes of brilliance, where she recorded double-digit scoring games one after another, where she orchestrated plays with a maturity beyond many veterans. One game in particular stands out. On August 20th, 2025, Paige dropped 44 points against the Los Angeles Sparks. That wasn't just a rookie performance, it was record-setting. She set the WNBA Rookie single-game scoring record. But it wasn't all glory games. The Wings as a team struggled. Their record didn't land them in playoff contention. Losses piled up. Nights where opponents exploited Dallas's weaknesses. Injuries and inexperience showed themselves in moments. Yet in those losses, Paige's light often still shone. She had nights where she would score, assist, defend, even when her teammates were worn. She would push through fatigue, through off nights, through moments of doubt. And that maturity, recognizing that individual accolades are precious, but team success demands more, is part of what has captured attention around her. She may have entered a struggling team, but she has insisted on raising the bar. The culmination of her rookie season came with a distinction that many thought was coming, but few predicted would be so emphatic. Paige Bueckers was named the 2025 WNBA Rookie of the Year. She received 70 out of 72 votes from a national panel, a near-unanimous choice. Her stats were outstanding, averaging 19.2 points, 5.4 assists, 3.9 rebounds, 1.6 steals per game. She led all rookies in points and assists. She became the first rookie in league history to average at least 15 points and 5 assists per game, while shooting over 45% from the field. Beyond numbers, what made her season special was consistency. She had over 30 games of double-digit points. She maintained high efficiency. Even when pressing defensive schemes tried to stifle her, she found angles. Even on nights when teammates were cold, she dribbled, passed, made plays, not because she wanted to take over, but because she had to. And fans saw not only the scorer, but the leader. Her performance also moved her into WNBA history. She surpassed Aja Wilson on the all-time rookie scoring list, finishing with 692 total points. She also earned Rookie of the Month honors multiple times. All of this reverberated not only among Wings fans, but across the league, impressing coaches, analysts, former players. It's one thing to burst out with a few highlight games. It's another to maintain elite performance across a full season against the best women players in the world. Paige did that. What makes her achievement even more remarkable is the weight of the expectations, injuries, and comparisons she carried. After her ACL injury, many wondered whether she would regain full form. After college, whether her style would translate to the faster, more physical WNBA. After being drafted first overall, whether she would be able to lead a team that didn't have veteran depth. And yet, through all that, she has shown a combination of skill, work ethic, and mental fortitude. She has spoken in interviews not just about stats, but about growth, being coachable, watching film, caring about her teammates, caring about how she can impact defense, how she can create for others. She celebrates good defense, rebounds, assists, not merely scoring. She seems to understand that basketball is a team sport, and leadership sometimes means making someone else look good. Off the court, Paige also seems conscious of her platform. While her performance gets the headlines, her character draws respect. Whether it's her engagements with her community back in Minnesota, her roots with UConn, or her relationship with fans, she seems grounded. She knows this isn't just about her, it's about paving the way for more attention, more investment, more respect for women's basketball. In a time when women's sports are fighting for equal pay, media coverage, endorsement dollars, her success becomes symbolic. When young girls see Paige making history, breaking records, doing it with humility, it changes what they believe is possible. Her brand deals, too, reflect this wider appeal, not just as an athlete, but as a cultural figure. She's signed deals with major brands, has visibility that extends beyond basketball. But she also seems aware of the danger of letting fame distract from performance. She talks about the mental health side of the sport, the pressure, the visibility. She uses interviews to address not just what she does well, but what she still feels she needs to improve. She doesn't pretend perfection. That vulnerability makes her more relatable, her victories more compelling. But with great success come challenges. The Wings as a team did not make the playoffs, which naturally raises questions. Can Paige alone carry a team? Can the Wings build around her to become consistent contenders? How will she respond when defenses game plan specifically to stop her? There will be nights when shots don't fall, when fatigue sets in, when pressure builds. Will she adjust? Will she evolve? Also, the physical toll of a WNBA season is steeper than college. Travel, back-to-backs, the league's best defenders, all of that demands recovery, durability, perhaps more off-season work than ever before. Injuries in her college years taught her a lot, but the pro game may demand more in terms of strength, conditioning, injury prevention. Her rookie season suggests she is up to much of that test, but the future will test her again. Another challenge, expectations. After being Rookie of the Year, people will expect more. Not just better stats, but wins, leadership, playoff success. Sometimes the narrative shifts uncomfortably, from promising rookie to measuring stick. When she misses shots, people will judge harder. When the Wings lose, people will compare to other rookies who had more successful teams. The burden of being a number one pick is not just to be excellent individually, but to change the fortunes of a franchise. Nonetheless, her impact is already being felt. She's changing the narrative around rookie performances. She's reminding fans and media that women's basketball has stars who can generate excitement, who can perform at elite levels from day one. She's expanding visibility. Her record games draw viewers. Her interviews get shared. Her style of play, aggressive but intelligent, resonates with people who are not traditionally women's basketball fans. She's helping build the case that the WNBA is not just a destination for seasoned veterans, but also a place where rising stars can shine immediately. Her influence also extends into college recruiting, NIL deals, and the broader conversation about female athletes making money, having brands, leveraging social media, being voices in social justice and equity. Paige has spoken about being intentional, about what it means to use her voice, not just to talk about her own career, but to champion others. She's not turning away from the responsibility that comes with being a role model. So what's next? The 2026 season looms large. The Wings will look to build around Paige. Perhaps they will recruit or trade to bring in better supporting players. Perhaps system design, offense, defense, will increasingly shift to leverage her skills, her court vision, scoring, playmaking. Expect her to refine her game even more, perhaps drawing more double teams, becoming better at distributing under pressure, improving her defensive consistency, expanding range. She has shown she can soar when the moment demands. The next challenge, sustain that while carrying more of the load. Also, watch for her off-court evolution, more brand partnerships, more influence, more leadership roles. As her name grows, so do her options. But choices will matter. Which people she works with, how she uses her platform, how she balances the demands of sport, media, expectation, and self-care. Her evolution will also depend on humility, staying coachable, staying grounded, making decisions not just based on fame or money, but on what makes her a better athlete, a better teammate, a healthier person. So far, signs are promising. Her mindset, reported in interviews, suggests she is aware of what has gone well and what needs work. She doesn't seem satisfied resting on awards. In many ways, Paige Bueckers' story already has chapters that many dream of: stardom, accolades, record-setting. But the most interesting parts are still unfolding. How she responds to pressure, how she shapes her identity as a leader, how she helps elevate her team, how she continues to break barriers for future generations. If you're a fan of basketball, you may want to remember this name, because Paige is not just making headlines now, she's building a legacy that says resilience over setbacks, performance over hype, leadership and heart alongside statistics. In her rookie season, she proved she belongs. In the seasons ahead, she has a chance to define the era. So as we close, imagine this: a young girl in Minnesota watching Paige hit that step-back jumper. A coach showing highlight reels of that 44-point explosion. A community rallying behind her. The Wings working to build around her. More fans tuning in. More respect, more media, more investment into the game. That's what Paige's story is enabling. Not just her success, but expanding what success looks like. For rookies, for women, for the sport. Paige Bueckers isn't finished. She's only just getting started. And for all of us watching, that journey is one well worth following.